Hi everybody, Melissa from Melissa vs. Fibromyalgia here. I have learned a lot in 20 plus years experiencing symptoms. I've spent about 12 years actively trying things for myself and researching and trying to get better, and I've made a lot of progress. I have gone from moderate to severe symptoms down to mild to moderate symptoms. I mostly am at mild now with a lot of work. And I have written more than 300 blog posts, 4 books, and recorded more than a couple of hundred YouTube videos. So I thought I would distill it down into my best advice for managing chronic pain and fatigue. And I've got 6 tips for you. Let's start though. I come from a place of lived experience and the research, but what we know from the research is that it's going to be a bit different for everyone because our context is different. So everything I offer you is a starting point for your own research and your own journey. So with that in mind, let's get into number 1. Start teaching your body to turn on the parasympathetic nervous system, or to get into the rest and digest mode. So my favorite tool for this is Yoga Nidra guided meditation. It allows me to rest deeply, but it's also working at a deeper level right in the root cause and allowing my brain and my body and my nervous system to calm down. And in fibromyalgia and other central sensitization syndromes, we are in a sympathetic dominant state, so the opposite of the parasympathetic nervous system. So the first thing that I recommend is to start figuring out how to get into that space. Now, I'm not saying you can meditate away serious health issues, but you can give your body the gift of rest right now while doing that deeper root cause healing work. And I've got a blog post that I'll link to, which will have lots of extra information and ways for you to actually try it. So I am a yoga and meditation teacher, so I've created some resources for you, and I'll link them all as I can. But essentially just choose something that switches on your parasympathetic nervous system and practice it regularly. I have done Yoga Nidra meditation every day for 9 years, something like that now, and it makes the biggest difference. Number 2, get a symptom management plan in place, especially pain. So yeah, you want to calm the nervous system and you want to work at the root causes, but you also need to deal with what's happening now, because first, you're not going to calm the nervous system if you're in pain, and second, you need to live your life right now, and right now you've got to manage the symptoms you have. So I recommend having a good symptom management plan in place. I recently talked about my if this then that plan, which is a plan where I say, okay, if the pain is at this level, then this is what I do, and I follow it non-negotiably, because what I've noticed is that after this many years, my pain scales are wonky. I was walking around for months with sacroiliac joints that were out of place. So my pain thresholds are all over the place. So I noticed that what was happening is my pain would get so high that I would have no tools left to help it calm down, and my nervous system would be gone. It would be like a runaway train. So have an if this then that plan, and I'll link the video for you so you can learn more about it. But creating a good plan for it, and also sleep. Create a good plan for sleep. You need to tackle sleep, and you need to create a plan for it. And yes, your pain management will filter into it, and your parasympathetic nervous system rests will factor into it. And then in terms of fatigue, the main thing for that will be a good pacing plan. So all of that stuff I go into more detail in my blog, and lots of links, remember, in the blog post. Number 3 is lifestyle. So this is stress management, fresh air, movement, joy, food, hydration, all of those kind of normal human needs that we kind of need a bit escalated. And so a basic healthy lifestyle plan will help your overall health, but it will also make your treatments work better, and make it easy. Like, start small. But my top recommendations after a lot of experience and a lot of practice are make sure you're breathing correctly. A lot of us are not. Pain and fatigue will change your breathing patterns, and your breath is a very good tool. So make sure that you are breathing with your abdomen and not your chest. And I actually had to work with a physiotherapist over a few sessions to get that right. And that again will help your nervous system as well. The next one is drink enough water and watch your electrolytes. Electrolytes seem to be an ongoing thing for people with chronic fatigue, and something I come across over and over, but make sure you're hydrated. Next one is get natural sunlight. Get outside, especially first thing in the morning. If you can get that sunlight on your face, it can be really helpful with setting your circadian rhythm and support sleep. Tackle your stress. You are not going to learn to calm your nervous system if you've got stress. And so, of course, a lot of these things we deal with anyway are stresses. Not getting enough sleep, being in pain, being gaslit, everything just being so difficult is a stressor. But try your best. Like, literally, don't watch the news, okay? Take the headlines you need to take, but leave the news and the fear-mongering over there. And if you're in a bad situation, as I was once many years ago with a boss who was really bullying me, you've got to get out of it, because it's not going to make you better. Cut the ultra-processed food. Whatever you think about the right diet, get rid of the ultra-processed crap. And be aware of what is ultra-processed, because these days milk and bread is ultra-processed. And move, however that looks for you, whether that's isometric stretches in bed, gentle yoga, walk around the block, marching in your lounge, strength training, swimming, whatever it is, whatever you can do, start today, because our body is meant to move and we need our muscles to be strong and to keep us safe as we get older too. I do teach gentle movement, breathwork and nervous system practices in the foundations of yoga for chronic pain and fatigue, and I'm offering a massive 50% discount off for that right now. It is a self-paced program and you can join us. The details are below. As I said, I'm a yoga and meditation teacher, and I train specifically to share yoga for people like me who would end up in a class and it would just not be right for our bodies. Number 4, look into neuroinflammation. Research and personal experience supports the theory of neuroinflammation in conditions like fibromyalgia and chronic fatigue syndrome. And low-dose naltrexone changed the game for me, and it has helped a lot of people. In March 2024, I'll have been on it for 7 years, and I can't see myself ever going off it. So I recommend you do some research and maybe give it a go. It is the only medicine that is in the area of these conditions that has very minimal side effects and a high chance of helping. And of course, I've got more details about that, loads of information and blog posts about LDN, so check those out as well. Number 5, perpetuating factors. So this is the one that tripped me up for years and got me stuck. So you need to be sure of what your diagnoses are. And if you suspect structural causes of your pain, so like muscle, pain that originates in your muscles or joints or from another cause, not just central sensitization causing pain, then you must deal with that. You are not going to manage the nervous system and calm the fibromyalgia if you've got other things going on. In 2023, I found out I had endometriosis. And after hysterectomy and endometriosis excision surgery and a long recovery, I moved quite a good way along on my journey. In 2022, I found out I had interstitial cystitis. I ignored it because the endometriosis had taken over, but learning to manage that makes a big difference, because that is a very different thing to fibromyalgia, and I've noticed I have very distinct things that cause it to flare up and very distinct ways to calm it down, and when it is calm, all is good in my abdomen. And we're currently learning that I probably have hypermobility. I'm on a wait list to see a rheumatologist, but I have been seeing a chiropractor. My sacroiliac joints were literally out of place for months, and I was put on strong medicine. I was put on a proton pump inhibitor medicine to protect myself from the other medicine. I was sent for x-rays. I couldn't hardly sit. I still can't lie down in bed. I have to have 2 pillows in the bed, and I can only lie on my back. It really has impacted my life, and it was, it's just fibromyalgia. It is not, and I'm never going to get the fibromyalgia in check without that. And at the moment, the chiropractor is helping, and I don't know if it's a treadmill treatment, in other words, something I'm going to have to keep doing, or if it's really helping the root cause of it. But the moral of the story is you can have the perfect holistic management plan and you can do all of the right things, but if you are being pelted by danger signs from real problems, real additional issues, you're not going to get very far. So you have to work on those issues. And then number 6 is your unique biochemistry. So what are your personal food intolerances? What are your personal nutritional deficiencies? What are your thyroid and adrenal function like? What is your metabolic health like? What are the things that you're being exposed to in your environment? All of those things, again, are very, very unique, and you need to deal with them. So for example, if I consume dairy products, They hurt my tummy real bad. And also, after a couple of days, I get stiff and sore fingers, and they really, really hurt. The same thing happens if I have artificial sweeteners. My fingers get stiff and sore, and it will also flare up my interstitial cystitis. So again, we have to stop pelting our nervous systems with danger signals. Stop consuming the things that are not good for us personally. Start balancing those deficiencies, because many people these days have deficiencies. Many people, not just people with fibromyalgia, many people have deficiencies. So look into that. But this is my best advice. I know it's a lot, but I've got a lot of links for you to help you out. I honestly believe if you work through what I share here, you will make a difference to your quality of life. It's really impacted mine. All of these things have changed the whole game for me. And I know it's a lot, and it's been 12 years of work, but I hope that it's faster for you by me giving you this. Check out the blog post, get the download that will help you work through it without having to remember everything. But just keep putting one foot in front of the other and keep trying, because I know I have improved my quality of life, and I believe you can too.